All right, Black Power. We're in the house, family. Black Power. It's the general. About to drop some heavy information today, just coming up off a very powerful. Oh, we're in the house, family. Let me turn Black that down. Power. It's the general. Turn that on down. I like the way that shit came right black on in. Wait till family jump on in. Wait till family jump on in. Got a powerful one today. Got a powerful one today. They say that nigga Seti up late. That's right. We doing the damn thing. That's right, gas. We in the house. Come on in. I know it's late. That's how we do it. Coming and getting the souls like Harriet Tubman in the black of the night. What's up, family? Come on in. Have a seat. This Sunday, January 26th, the general and young Pharaoh back on the damn scene once again. Let me get it up here so we can. Artificial intelligence exposed. Very powerful. Showing you the depths that the white man is going to on you niggas. You sitting up there, playing games, and this beast is developing all type of technology to help control this planet because its population is dwindling. You think that Terminator shit is fake, you gonna realize I got something for you niggas. They already got the Terminators. They already got the Terminators out there. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen it for myself. They got robots all in the military. You understand what I'm saying? So when they run out of physical soldiers, they're gonna put them goddamn Terminators in there on your ass. They sending them in there now. Where the goddamn, if it get too hard, if a situation get too tense, they'll send that goddamn robot right on in there with that bomb and blow your ass up. They done did it many, many times. You see what I'm saying? Artificial intelligence is particularly when the goddamn computer can perform functions without, human control. You know what I'm saying? It began, it got already pre-programmed solutions. You understand what I'm saying? And without even a command from human, that motherfucker will fulfill its command, that it been programmed to do. So if they program in there, apprehend all niggas, then that's what the fuck it'll do. You see what I'm saying? So this technology and the crazy shit about it is that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers, see, they fool niggas into thinking they getting something. You know what I'm saying? Just like all this voice recognition. You know what I'm saying? This is the precursor. You understand what I'm saying? Because at this time, what it's doing is recording a lot of information, the shit that you like. You understand what I'm saying? The shit you typing in. You know what I'm saying? And so, now when you type something in, you could go on all goddamn platforms, Facebook or whatever, Instagram, this, that, and the third. If you looked up, say for instance, you looked up a particular book or anything, or you went on Amazon and you saw a shirt that you like, but you didn't buy it. That motherfucker would be on Facebook, and you'd have been looked on Amazon, but it'll show up in the the ads of Facebook. It'll show up on the ads of all different, as you going back into Google, you'll see it on the sideline. So they listening to conversations and shit. They tell you on Messenger, you know what I'm saying, that they recording your shit. And they got control to your camera and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so niggas want the high technology. They want to be able, but at the same time, we don't understand the reverse polarity of all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So you think you're getting a luxury. You think you're getting, something that, is pleasing and this, that, and the third. But at the same time, you done signed over the rights for them motherfuckers to be in all your business. And then they can turn that shit on when they want to. But, you know what I'm saying? Now you got facial recognition. You know what I'm saying? You can go in the airport, anywhere out on the street and shit. And that motherfucker, a recognition can see your face and shit and register you and tell and whoever you are, nigga, it'll come up on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting to the point, you know what I'm saying, that it's such a highly technological world. You know what I'm saying? And most of it is to control. You know what I'm saying? The majority of this shit is coming out the military. You know what I'm saying? They're using this shit for the military. You know what I'm saying? Majority, just like when you see when motherfuckers first start getting they wasn't car phones. It wasn't that shit looked like the one where you see niggas in the military in World War I, World War II. Had, the big battery and then had the phone on top of it. See, that shit was old, and then they gave it to niggas. You know what I'm saying? Nigga riding around with a telephone in his car and shit, and nigga could take it out and shit. It was just the military telephone that finally, so again, the military is the first to get this shit. That's where most of the technology is being advanced. And so they always got the reverse polarity in it. I remember watching the X-Files where the motherfuckers was, this was way back when, where the motherfucker, it looked like the TV was off and the motherfucker was on and it was motherfuckers on the other side looking all in the motherfucker house. Y'all see where now these motherfuckers can break, if you got video cameras, in your house and around your house, supposed to be patrolling the area. These motherfuckers can log in on your shit and be looking all in your house and shit. And people was in the house and motherfuckers coming on the speaker, fucking with them and they looking and shit like goddamn, and so these motherfuckers see technology as a motherfucker. But again, artificial intelligence is when the goddamn computer think for itself. And so Alexia and all that shit, where you got to look and you talk to Alexia and shit, and you say, play me this and play me, and it just pop right on up. You see what I'm saying? And so that's a form of artificial intelligence, and it's getting, it's expanding and expanding. And these motherfuckers I seen the shit many years ago where they got robot soldiers. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers can already outrun a man. Them motherfuckers can run like 30 miles an hour. The motherfuckers can shoot. You understand what I'm saying? And when they can just identify, any type, they could, they already program who the enemy is. And so them motherfuckers, can go out there and do way more damage than a motherfucking human being can. And so when y'all motherfuckers see these goddamn Terminators coming down in your goddamn community, nigga, you know what I'm saying, with all type of armament on and shit, this, that, and the third, you gonna understand it's a very serious world going on out here. You know what I'm saying? They putting shit all in the blood where they can shoot all type of microchips in your blood and shit. And you know what I'm saying? And track your ass. You see what I'm saying? Black power to the family out there. They can track your ass. And that's why you gotta watch them motherfuckers with your babies and shit, because the damn chip is so small, you can't even see the motherfucker. That's right, nano drone, all of that shit. They can motherfucking bring a drone in These motherfucking drones is so small, that shit ridiculous. Them motherfuckers can shoot something up in your ass, and it's so lethal. You understand? They can assassinate a motherfucker just with a nano drone. I seen a motherfucker. This motherfucking drone was so small, it's ridiculous. You damn near need a fucking a damn magnifying glass to see it. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to wake up. We got to wake the fuck up. We know, and I'm gonna end on this because the lecture is this Sunday. You could go down in the link and hit it. And I guarantee you, ain't nobody talking about this shit from the perspective of the black community. You know what I'm saying? And this is where, and Marcus Garvey always said that, this war will be decided and our uplift will be decided based off of industry and technology. You could go right into philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey and get that. And so we could see we losing on the industry, we losing on that, and we losing on the goddamn technology. Because niggas don't, you just want to be a slave. Many motherfuckers, they have already they just got comfortable in being a slave, and that's all they decided that they want to be. And so for them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be hell on earth. But for those of us that know, we got to already be looking for, some way to combat what's coming towards our people. Now, today I'm gonna be dealing with why blacks keep losing in the race for community control. Now, I'm gonna bring some things up. Okay? And what I want people to look at right here, you know what I'm saying? This is the breakdown, the net worth and financial. Now, this 2010, and this is powerful because I keep using it because it right now is so further than this is ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? But I keep using it because this is one lethal piece of information right there. Very, very, very lethal. Now, the American population is somewhere around 314 million people. Okay? 314 million people. Okay? Now, when you look at this net worth and financial wealth distribution in the United States, you can see over here where it says the top 1% has over 42% of the financial wealth. Now, again, this was in 2010. The 1% now is in the 70%. Okay? That just show you how far they didn't jump. You know what I'm saying? The 1% has jumped into the 70% control of all economic wealth in the United States. Now, if you understand, 1%, if the population is 314 million, then 1% of that is 3.14 million. 3,140,000. Okay? 3,140,000 people control 70% of the economic wealth in the United States. Again, 3 million. Okay? 3 million got more money than the whole bottom 90%. And not by a little bit. Okay? Not by a little bit. We want to look at this. Okay? Now, in 2010, as you can see, the next 4% had 30% of the financial wealth. So you can see right here in 2020, the top 1% has taken money from the next 4% and even the next 5% of the top. You know what I'm saying? You got 1% here, you got 4% here, which would have been 5%. And then you got, so you're talking about the top 10%. But so you got, right here, you got the super elite. You got the elite, and you got, the highly wealthy. And so they didn't even took from the other classes of wealth. You understand what I'm saying? Even dug down in they shit. You know what I'm saying? So if we to look at just this distribution of wealth in 2010, top 1%, or just say the top 5%, but this the super elite. These motherfuckers in the next 4% ain't fucking with them in the top 1% at all. Okay? Let's be real about it. Okay? So but between the top 1% or the top 5%, even on this distribution, that's 75% of the wealth, the total wealth. Okay? And so the next percentile is 15 million. Okay? You can round that off at 16 million. And then you got 3 here. You got 19 million people, and they own 75% of the total wealth. Okay? Of the total wealth. Then you come over here, and this is the next 5%, which rounds it off at the top 10%. You understand what I'm saying? They got 13%, which brings you got 75, 85, brings you to 90%. You know what I'm saying? Brings you to 90%. So the top 10% of the whole United States, you understand what I'm saying, control damn near 90% of all the money. Now, again, in 2020, this has changed because the top 1% then went off in the next 2 classes and went in they shit. So the next 4% don't own 30% no more. The next 5%, they don't own 13% because the top 1% didn't even went in they shit. So when you look at on this pie of distribution in 2010, the bottom 80%, okay, which is 250 million people, has 5% of the wealth. Now, let me be clear about that today. That shit done shrunk down to damn near 1%. Damn near 1%. Black Power, Patah. See you in the house, G. So, you talking about damn near, the bottom 80% got 1%. 1% now of the money, of the economic wealth. You see what I'm saying? And what we got to be clear about a lot of things is that even, when we listen to Claude Anderson, the master economist and historian, Dr. Claude Anderson, busting it up. Not only do they own the wealth, it's the industry. You understand what I'm saying? It's the industry. Niggas don't own no radio stations. They don't own no TV stations. You understand what I'm saying? We talking about airlines. You know what I'm saying? We talking about railroads. We talking about when, I live up in Detroit, and so, if you look on the Detroit River, you see these big ass barges. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas don't even understand that waterway coming from all the way from the Hudson Bay over in New York, the St. Lawrence River coming down, cutting through from the East Coast, cutting through the United States, coming down, turning into the Detroit River, going up Michigan, going into Lake Superior, coming around on Lake Michigan, going into Chicago. It's one of the richest waterways in the world. It's international trade coming from Africa, coming from Europe, and that shit be coming up the Detroit River. The average nigga don't know nothing about it. Don't know nothing about it because black people don't have no hand in any industry in the United States of America at all. So not only, and so when you thinking about, over the 400 years, and we talking about reparations, you know what I'm saying? If white people, you talking about nigga 1%, you know what I'm saying? And so when I'm talking about 200, that shit right there ain't just black people. That's everybody. It's even poor white trash in that number. You understand what I'm saying? It's Orientals in that number. You understand what I'm saying? It's black people. The whole bottom got, and it ain't even 80%. The bottom percent then went up to 90%. You understand what I'm saying? So that shit could be closer to 275 million people, 280 million people, and the top 1% got more money, more economic power than the whole bottom 90 goddamn percent. You see what I'm saying? And so now that we understand that, you understand what I'm saying? Now that we understand that, when you come over here and we look at this, particular, and I put this together, you know what I'm saying? And so we talking about, niggas look at the rap videos and motherfuckers, they fool a nigga by putting the houses up there, got niggas lusting for the houses, the luxury, the gold, the money, you understand, the cars and the status. And so, knowing a motherfucker cannot obtain that shit, no way, no how, you understand what I'm saying, unless he connected with the elite. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only way. You're going to have to be a rapper, a fucking athlete, or whatever. So they rapping this shit to the poor motherfuckers. And so they using all of that shit as a carrot to lead niggas to the edge. Because it ain't no goddamn way that you gonna motherfucking obtain any of that shit without having to do what we call illegal. And I'm not about hurting my goddamn people, but when you understand we in a motherfucking war, don't put up no goddamn, all this shit is illegal. You understand what I'm saying? We sit up here and say, what's illegal? Yeah, if it hurt the people, say it hurt the people. But don't put no goddamn rules on the motherfucking table talking about what's illegal and that keep a nigga in the box. I don't want to be illegal. Bitch, the fact that you in America is illegal. So, if you sitting up here talking about what you won't do, see, that's warfare. Because as soon as a motherfucker say, oh, I ain't gonna do it, a motherfucker know how to attack you. Oh, I ain't gonna do it. Yeah, we always gonna be moral. We gonna be moral. But we not gonna sit up here and say, oh, we gonna stay in some goddamn box, quote unquote, what's legal, and motherfucker, the very act of us being in this goddamn country is illegal, and nobody want to deal with it. Okay, but that's that good nigga shit. That's the good nigga syndrome. Yeah, I'm not gonna upset the plantation, the rules of the plantation. If masters say getting free is illegal, then goddamn it, I don't want to get free. Okay? I don't want to be in bad standing with the master. You see what I'm saying? And so again, so when you look at this, you talking about 280 million people fighting, and I put 3% up there. But in reality, it's less than that. You see what I'm saying? You got the one white boy, Bezos or whatever, that own Amazon. He's worth $150 billion. Okay? 150. That's one white boy. You could take Jay-Z. You could take the top of the hip-hop industry and the motherfucking actors. You can put Oprah, Jay-Z, you can put all of them in there. You can put Michael Jordan, you can put LeBron James, you can put all of them up for Kobe, and goddamn it, he got more money than all they ass combined. It's a shame. That's one that could put a dent. So if you get to top, I seen the breakdown. And when you talk about Black America, it's talking about the rich. They talking about maybe 200, if I'm not mistaken, of the richest got more money than all Black America. 200, and it might be less than that. You understand what I'm saying? So, what am I doing here? I'm trying to be realistic, because we in the community, we got these dreams of, being, free and, having our own nation and being able to function as a nation. And, and motherfuckers is in here. And this is another thing, when we talk about reparations, this is real. You understand what I'm saying? Because this right here is real. You know what I'm saying? How in the fuck can reparations couldn't even save us? It couldn't save us. If that shit don't include industry, if it don't include technology, whatever amount of money they gave, because they're not giving us none of that. Okay? And they're not giving us none of that. They already got clauses on technology and shit that they won't even sell to other countries. So, they not giving you none of that. So when you talk about the carrot, even the motherfucker, if a motherfucker say we fight for liberation and we fighting for reparations, then we should fight for it. But if it's just a carrot that the white man done threw out there and niggas are spending all their energy and energy and energy, just like you see the Cyphers effect where the man rolled the ball up the top of the hill, only for the motherfucker, you put all your energy getting the motherfucker to the top, and then it rolled all the way back down. See, we done done that so many times. And so people put a large amount of their energy in it. And when it rolled back down, it's so devastating because it totally destroys all the morale of the people to where when it rolled back down this next time, if we can get the motherfucker up, even if we can get the motherfucker up, you know what I'm saying? I think that this probably in this nation here will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame that we've been misled to believe that this beast gonna give us something. That's a shame, because Garvey already said, nigga, go home, get, because you're gonna die here. That's what Garvey said. You don't have no place here. The motherfucker, the industry, he's mastered it. He has no room for you. Okay, he has no, and when that time comes where he's finally mastered industry and technology and he no longer needs you, he gonna exterminate you. That's what he said. And it's a damn shame that we still laying up over here and have not made no moves to flee from this beast. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you can keep telling them, listen here, I don't need no motherfucker to tell me shit. You're not winning against that. You're not. And then I looked up how many, not only the wealth, I was looking up how the ownership of land. You got one white boy, that white boy that's down there in Atlanta, on that cable shit down there. What's that motherfucker name down there in Atlanta? He owned a whole lot of shit, but I know he got some of that cable shit down there too. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker owned, it's damn near 2 million acres of land. You know what I'm saying? They were showing where some of them white boys own damn near a state. Ted Turner, that's his name. Ted Turner. That motherfucker owned about 2 million acres of land in the United States. A nigga ain't even got a plot. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't know you. And so I looked at the some of the, how much some of these white boys own, and I'm telling you that shit, is damn near as large as whole states. So they own. See, when you already own it, you understand what I'm saying? If you already own the land, and what land ain't privately owned is owned by the United States government. So we talking about where they done bought it all. So if they didn't already, and yeah, nigga gonna get him a little lot here and a little lot there, but on the comparison, you know, of what white people got compared to what's available for nigga to got, we are, and I don't knock nobody, but we doing shit we supposed to did goddamn 400 years ago, and we want to pat ourselves on the back, and I still want to give you credit. I do. I love you. I want to give you credit, but damn, we using standards of achievement that were outdated damn near 300 years ago. Okay, you can't be seriously talking about, and I want you to do that. Continue to move forward. You gotta start somewhere. I'm not knocking, but at the same time, somebody got to ring the motherfucking alarm. God damn, you know, if this motherfucker got 2 million acres, and I seen the top 10 of them motherfuckers, and combined, them motherfuckers earn 20 million, and 30 million acres. You know what I'm saying? You talking about 10, 20 white boys. You know what I'm saying? Own all the private land. All the private land. And when they get ready to, build on top of that land, they can move your ass up off of there. And so what am I saying? I mean, motherfuckers could give you all type of, silly blueprints. Okay, silly, and you know why? And it's getting worse. When you look at I don't want to hear no more. It's getting worse. Black people, technically, they say in a few years, we will have no wealth. We'll be making money, but we will have nothing in as far as ownership of any type of land, major land. We will be bankrupt in America in about, we bankrupt now. But you know what I'm saying? It's going to be official where black people ain't going to have no motherfucking wealth. What you make, that ain't wealth. That shit going right back to them. You understand what I'm saying? You will not have nothing strategically owned for your people, for yourself, for your family. They're going to have it all. They got all the land. It's just like this. You got, like they cap off how many radio stations you can have. They cap off how many media like ABC, NBC, CBS. You can only have 3 or 4, and they got them already. So ain't no you going on. That's why they had cable and shit. And you go on cable, but they own that. You know what I'm saying? Oprah shit is on. They own that shit. Yeah, she got on what's the name? But goddamn it, the major network is owned by the Caucasoid. You understand what I'm saying? She don't own that. She just renting on another motherfucker shit. You understand what I'm saying? She renting. You know what I'm saying? All them motherfuckers is renting. I don't give a goddamn whether you got a studio or whatever. When it come time to broadcast that shit, you gonna have to go to the man and rent you some goddamn space. He the one with the motherfucking satellite out in space. So your shit, he can, any motherfucking thing you got on there, that motherfucker can hit that button and your shit'll go off air at any given time. They do that shit to a nigga on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? So it's no different nowhere else. So I'm just showing you the major industry. Is no possibility for you to break into that. You understand what I'm saying? If they say it's only 4 and they already got, it's no way you can break off into that. Just like, you know what I'm saying? They letting these like one goddamn cell company take over everything. AT&T is only about 3, 4 out there. Everybody else written from either AT&T, and they might got it all, Sprint or whatever. It's about 2 or 3 of them. And goddamn it, everybody else is renting from them, okay? Everybody else is renting from them. You know what I'm saying? So, what are we to do? You understand what I'm saying? In this day and age, what are we to do? And when you got down 400 years behind, where they've been, we call it a race because it is a race. Let me break it down for you. It is a race. And this is another one that I wanted to show. This is the global distribution of wealth. You see what I'm saying? Now, on the world level, 99.9% of the world got 19% of the wealth. 9 got 19. You got the look over here. You got 0.01%. You understand what I'm saying? God damn, that ain't even 1%. That's 0.01%. You understand what I'm saying? And so between 0.1, 0.001, 0.01, they got over here this 62, 72, damn near 80% of the people in the top 1% on goddamn, and it's higher than that now. You understand what I'm saying? So when you see it from a global perspective, a nigga should already understand that his little minuscule, community as far as economically in that, because the rest of the world is in the same goddamn position too. You understand what I'm saying? So it come a point in time, and I'm just gonna be real with you. You understand what I'm saying? Where all the cards have been played. They done been played. And when you come to this point, usually in the course of history, you have a revolution. You see what I'm saying? That's just like the American Revolution. They played all the cards they could play. Played them. You understand what I'm saying? To the point they say, we must revolt. You understand what I'm saying? You could go to all nations, and damn near every nation that exists today came about through revolution. Cuba, America, you understand what I'm saying? France, you understand what I'm saying? Got Russia, you understand what I'm saying? All these nations today came about through a revolution. But see, the thing is, when you the rebel, you're gonna say all the revolutionary things. But soon as you assume power, you're gonna make that talk that got you into power, you're gonna make that illegal because you don't want nobody saying the same thing. We uprising on your ass. So then it becomes illegal, even though you used it to obtain the power that you in. You see what I'm saying? Now, when we talking about, power, and we talking about the heights, I use this crystal glass, the crystal bowl, and the reason why, because power is delicate. Knowledge is delicate. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to handle it with the utmost care. You could be building pyramids one day, but if you don't pass that information down successfully to your children, nigga, you wouldn't be able to build a hut the next goddamn day. You understand what I'm saying? And so a lot of people say, you understand, how did we fall? Because somewhere down the line, that baton was not handed off, because we're talking about a race. And when you're talking about, say, a relay race, you got about 5 runners in it. Each runner is a generation. And as you run and you handing it off to the next generation. And you run and you hand it off and you got to successfully put that baton in the next generation's hand. If you do not do that in one, and I'm gonna get to that. If you drop that baton in many races, it's over. As soon as that baton hit the goddamn ground, it's over. If you do not successfully put that baton in the next runner's hand, it's over. Now, some races, you can go back and get it, but the person who dropped it got to go back and get it. Okay, if the person running, they put it in their hand and they drop, that's the person that got to go back and get it. And by that time, the damn race is over. You understand? So even then, you've lost the race. So when you look at the African civilization, the heights of Egypt, you see this pristine crystal glass. Then, somehow we begin to fumble with that baton. A lot of the family wasn't getting the baton. You know what I'm saying? Some may have been getting it, but a lot wasn't getting it. And so you started to see the cracks in the glass. You see, this is the conquest of Egypt by Greeks and Romans. Okay, and then, as you begin to drop it and, peoples is attacking and you seeing more cracks. And when the Arab conquest of Africa happened, you see it's a demoralized glass. It's on its way down, and with the Atlantic slave trade, it's totally cracked. You understand what I'm saying? And so, when you look here, see, this brother right here dropped it. He dropped the baton. You see what I'm saying? He dropped the baton. And so when you see over here, this was on the movie, The Making of a Slave. The slave master got the man, the African brother, his daughter, loving on her and all this, that, and the third, and he walking around a defeated man. You see what I'm saying? That's when you know you didn't drop the baton. You can't recover. You see what I'm saying? You can't recover. I'm going to bring some of these up so you can see exactly what, because a lot of these runners put a lot into, running these races. You know what I'm saying? And when they drop that goddamn baton, it could be goddamn, 2-3 years. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you see this sister right here. You know what I'm saying? You see this sister right here. She see her man drop the baton. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's in her own race, and I'm going to show you that. You can see the anguish on their face when motherfucker drop that baton. They know it's over. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why we say races and shit, because it is a race. It is a goddamn race, and you have to study this shit like a race. You got to run this motherfucker. Each generation got to successfully, and hand that baton off. And in that baton is the wealth, the knowledge, and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? And people got to understand something. You know what I'm saying? Let me come down. Let me come down. Let me come right here. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about 250,000 years of ancestral wisdom and knowledge is in that baton. So when you drop that, you understand what I'm saying? You could have been building pyramids. You understand what I'm saying? For millions of years, if you do not pass that wisdom down successfully and the wisdom to govern yourself, you understand, to sustain industry and technology, security of the nation. When you drop that baton, it's not just, it could be 250,000 years. So when Egypt, in that course of time, when they dropped that baton, it was 250,000, and it's hard. It can't recover. You understand what I'm saying? Because if they successfully get a generation or 2 or 3 and get it and remove them from the knowledge of self, and then you start producing generations and generations, that's, never heard of Africa. You can successfully remove 250,000 years of wisdom in 2, 3, 4 generations. It's gone. It's been erased from the hard drive. Okay, so when you come here, you see right here, this is a first generation fighter. And then you come over here, this is a 5th generation fighter. It must be in order for that to happen, it must be a continuous flow of knowledge from generation to generation. That's what I mean. You understand what I'm saying? Wasn't no break. They successfully handed that baton off 5 generations to where now they at the 5th level, 5th generation fighter. You see what I'm saying? And so, when you drop that baton, see, you can see here, you can see right here, he done came in and smashed all the wisdom, the knowledge, the governing of self. He done crashed that. And you can symbolically, that man there with the brother's daughter, you understand, on the making of a slave, that's symbolic of the crashing of the glass. The crash, the crystal glass, which is symbolic of self-government, of self-industry, self-technology, self-preservation. That's over with. You understand what I'm saying? You can see right here, you can see the woman, she hands down in her face. She know it over. Only the runner who drops the ball can retrieve it. So that's another thing. When you drop that motherfucker, you got to fight like hell right then and there. You can't let generations go by. And and no revolting and shit and no trying to break this motherfucker back. See, too many generations went by where we was not successful in getting this motherfucker off of us. You see what I'm saying? As soon as that motherfucker drop, you got to be fighting right then and there, because we is a prime example of what it is not to at least run back and try to retrieve the motherfucker. Sometimes when you drop it, it's over, because at that time they could slit the throat if they choose. But sometimes if you run back and get the motherfucker, you got, it could be some recovering, maybe not instantly, but you ain't so far out the motherfucking loop where, you can't bounce back in a couple generations or two. You understand what I'm saying? But if you don't run back to get it, which is your sovereignty, that baton is your sovereignty. It's self-government. We've been out of self-government for too long. Niggas don't even know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so here you can see only the runner who drops the ball can retrieve it. So you see here, the sister got her hands all down. She know it's over because they already running. You understand what I'm saying? They got, they at the finish line. Now when we look here, you see, now what I'm saying is, when the other runner was allowed to go around the track 400 times before you was even allowed into the race. So that's what I mean. Now that they have obtained, the top 1% has obtained goddamn near 80% of the wealth. You understand? They got all the industry. They own all the technology. You understand? They own it all. Now they let you get in the race. You understand what I'm saying? They shoot the gun. Nah, when you see here, you know what I'm saying? You can see when you don't have to race against nobody. So they didn't went around the goddamn lap damn near 400 times, meaning 400 years, without even having to run against no goddamn body. You understand what I'm saying? Without even having to run against nobody. You understand? So you see again, you see the brother dropping it. He reaching back for it. And so this is when you see our generations and you wonder why they rebelling the way that they rebelling. Because they reaching back and ain't nothing, ain't no inheritance. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to stand on. Ain't no wealth. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? Where is it? Where the brother, where the father figure, where the brotherhood that's supposed to teach the young kings? You understand what it is to stay on top? Ain't even got that. So when they reach back, you understand, they ain't got nothing. Then they try to make a way for their motherfucking self. And so, now you got a totally complacent, slave-minded elder generation that now in odds with the young kings, that they might be out here doing, something that, most people gonna say not positive. But if you have not went back to get the baton, if you have not tried to successfully hand that baton off, what the fuck do you got to say about anything that them kings or young queens is doing to sustain themselves? Because they coming from nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And when you're coming from nothing, many times you might have to make the motherfucking mistake to know what it is to be, in any which way. You might have to make some guy, because you do not have the eldership. You do not have the leadership. You do not have the family that's going, and that's not for everybody, but for the majority, it is so. You understand what I'm saying? So here again, I want you to see as they coming around the race and you see that sister drop it, you can see the look on her face. You understand what I'm saying? You can see the look, and you see her, she like the world has come to an end. You see what I'm saying? You can see it on her face. Look at her. So the present generation, that's the elders, and who's supposed to hand it off. And this is the next generation. And the baton is 10 years of the people's energy, creativity, and power. That bitch hit the motherfucking ground. They seize us. They seize our babies, seize our women. You done took a very, very heavy hit. You understand, when you drop that baton? You see what I'm saying? And so for the kings out there, it goes back to the brothers, because you are the primary force and power to defend the nation. You understand what I'm saying? That's your sole responsibility, to maintain defense of the nation. When niggas drop that baton of defending the homeland, defending the nation, defending the community and family, what the results is what you see today. You understand what I'm saying? And so, again, when I see the kings out there, they motherfuckers cannot say nothing, even though we cannot condone a negligent, lifestyles from any of our people, because we would be wrong. We don't want to just don't say nothing. But the main thing that the king should be doing is getting this brotherhood together and getting a first line, second line defense of the woman and the child today, so we can turn this shit around. Nigga, and I got to say this, we got to be more than t-shirt and necklace niggas. You understand what I'm saying? For me, and I've always said that we motherfucking warriors, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga. Yeah, do your spiritual thing, but get the fuck up off the floor, nigga. Get your bitch ass up off the floor, nigga, and get out here and do what's necessary. I don't respect it, because this is what we do. We find something to hide behind. You know what I'm saying? We shaking in our goddamn boot. Everything, we got an escapism, where we hide behind, whatever it is. We do it to the death, but we will not get out here and physically deal with the reality of our community. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of people say it's an intellectual war. A lot of people say it's a spiritual war. Motherfucker, you can have all the spirituality you want, nigga. It's a physical motherfucking war. That's a reality. You understand what I'm saying? That's the reality. We can't even spiritually, you understand, be free until we have this oppression of, how the fuck are you going to be spiritually in alignment under an oppressive rule? You understand what I'm saying? You can't even be free to be truly spiritual until you free from the oppression. If you the type of nigga that's gonna hum and chant while a motherfucker whooping you on your back, I don't know what kind of spirituality that is. So it's first and foremost, it's a physical motherfucking war. And see, when we run and we say certain shit, we say it's an intellect. It is, but we didn't end up because we wasn't intellect, nigga. We had university. They crashed that. We had spirituality, and and it's a balance in that. And the unbalanced aspect is the physical, which sometimes, if we not physical enough, you know what I'm saying, people stop even believing in the spiritual aspect, the intellectual aspect. If they've been beat so long, and we talking Egypt and this, that, and the third, and niggas still getting beat, they gonna be like, oh man, I done read these books, nigga, and shit, and oh man, that shit ain't doing nothing. I done burnt all the candles, nigga, and these motherfuckers still killing my people. I ain't even fucking with the spirituality. That's what the imbalance is doing. It's a physical fucking war. That's the reality of it. You see what I'm saying? Let me come down. So when you see, that the baton is dropped, you see that the symbolism of the crystal glass that's breaking. You understand what I'm saying? And you talking about 10,000 years, 250,000 years of wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? And to the fall of Egypt, you talking about a million years worth of creativity that had been handed down You understand what I'm saying? From the earliest years of African, history down into Egypt. You know what I'm saying? They had been continuously passing the wisdom down to where by the time they got to Egypt, they was on the level of deities. But with the one slipping of handing that baton off, all of that wisdom is like a crystal glass. If it shatters, you can lose it. So a lot of people say, how could you, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how delicate it is. You just because you built here, nigga, it was blueprints. It was 250 million years of wisdom that you had at your access. You know what I'm saying? Access. Like when we talking about the what they call the Library of Alexandria, which ain't no Library of Alexandria. That's when Alexander and the Ptolemies came in, and because African people did not want to worship them crackers as gods, they pillaged all the temples in Egypt, took the libraries, and compiled them down in Alexandria. But you're talking about a million years worth of information, and them motherfuckers set it on fire because the African priests would not give them the keys to the information. You understand? So they burnt a lot. And so that was one of the greatest travesties in the history of African. They're probably the biggest hit. You understand what I'm saying? The biggest hit of African culture is when they burnt all our scrolls. You understand? 200. You're not gonna get that back, nigga. You done lost your chance. Now you can be very creative. You can and you might be able today get to that level far quicker, but you're not gonna get there without thousands of years of goddamn productivity. You ain't gonna do it quicker than that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what making sure that you take care of business is very, very critical. You see what I'm saying? And so again, I'm just showing you, motherfuckers out there running into each other. You understand what I'm saying? Not in, how we doing? You crashing in the motherfucker, you running a race. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just staying in your lane and being waiting, and when your time, we fucking up. We fumbling the goddamn hand up. And then you got Negroes out here that running for the other team. Nigga be flying around that motherfucker like, what's his name? Boat. Usain Bolt. Running around that motherfucker, but running for the other team. You understand what I'm saying? That's how we gonna be the people we need to be if motherfuckers running for the other team. You see what I'm saying? Running for the other team. And that's where we at today. And so what am I saying? In the end, we is behind a hell of an 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? And I know that, we have great possibility. You understand, to do things that no other people on this planet can do. But unless we get our mind together and quit putting fake ass plans out there, you're not coming up out of this shit without some bloodshed. I could tell you that. Okay? When a motherfucker got his hand on your neck like this, nigga, you know what I'm saying? The only motherfucking way you not gonna pray it off. If that motherfucker got you yoked, nigga, by your neck, nigga, and he forcing you down, the only motherfucking way you gonna get that motherfucker is you gonna have to grab that motherfucker by his motherfucking hand and take that bitch off of your neck. Ain't no light way to say that. Ain't no light way to say that. I'm not the nigga to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker physically grabbed you like that, you know what I'm saying? Now, I done had some of my dogs, you know what I'm saying? Always playing, try to sneak up. And when you feel a motherfucker come from behind you and grab you by your motherfucker, even a dog, you know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers will be like, get the fuck up off of me, nigga. It's like, it's so disrespect, but it's control when a motherfucker grab you like that. You know what I'm saying? Be like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? It almost make you want to, blow a motherfucker mouth out. You know what I'm saying? This your dog, but y'all playing and shit, but I didn't have motherfuckers sneak up, and I feel that shit, and that nigga don't ever do that. I tell him, don't ever do that again, dog. You could be my dog, nigga. You do that shit again. So when you feel a motherfucker got you by your neck like that, and you know what I'm saying? It's only one reaction to that. If motherfucker tell you anything else, something wrong with that nigga. That motherfucker got a cowardness in him. Got female trait. And I ain't gonna even say female. You know what I'm saying? It's some bitch ass trait in a nigga when a nigga don't get a grab a nigga and get a motherfucker up off for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even say a female trait because that's disrespect, because there's some queens out here that'll get in a motherfucker mouth. Just the same for that same shit. It's just across the board is disrespect. And so you got to understand, this motherfucker got you like this, and motherfuckers is praying, and you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna do nothing. You must physically get this man hand from off of you, yoking you, and you know what I'm saying, controlling you, and doing, this unnecessary, this is, because we could take care of this if we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? This is unnecessary for us to be going through this shit at this time. You know what I'm saying? So, well, like I say, and I'm gonna end on this. Yeah, I need to, I could show this one too. Because you can see right there. You can see, they coming around 400 years of lapping African people, and then you see the sister right there. She on her knee, never been able to recover or get back in the race. You understand what I'm saying? Never been able to recover or get back in the race. And the reality is, the reason why is because the nigga won't get up off of his bitch ass and quit making up all these fake ass excuses on how we gonna get free, knowing goddamn well we ain't gonna get free. And then, turn around and rather talk about the woman and the children than digging in the goddamn beast's chest. That's a bitch nigga. Okay, I must say that. That's a bitch nigga. Okay, ain't no other way to cut it. You understand what I'm saying? And so, where we at today, now I'm just talking about why we are in this predicament. Because just like you see this motherfucker here running the race, you know what I'm saying? But you're running for the other team. You've been working for 400 years for the other motherfucking team. You know what I'm saying? Everything that went. So now that they got everything that they need. They got everything, and now they shoot the gun and say, nigga, get in the race. And when you can't compete, because you cannot compete, you don't have no industry, no technology. They own all the land. They own all the industry. Then they can say, look at the nigga. I told you when we came to Africa, these niggas was rolling around in the mud. I told you that their brain was small as a goddamn peanut. I told you that they could not compete with the white race. We sat here and let them graft us into the nigga that they needed us to be by just sitting back and not going back and getting that baton. And so, it's devastating working. And like I say, we didn't fucking sign fill out no goddamn application. You know what I'm saying? To be over here. Okay? But we did perform, labor for these motherfuckers to build this fucking nation up. And you got niggas out here. I'm not saying we should not get reparations. It's a carrot. We deserve everything that our ancestors died for, sweat, blood, and tears. They got out there. And so we are deserving of our inheritance that for the labor that our ancestors put in, even though they was forced to do it. So I'm not saying don't fight for the reparations. You understand what I'm saying? You should fight for it and fight for it hard, but you should come to a quick realization if he's going to give it to you freely. Because if he don't give it to you freely, then you should take it out his ass. That's all I'm saying. Make an understanding about this shit. Don't have the people, let them use it as a carrot to have people working hard and shit, in which they should, only already behind the curtain already got the plan to have niggas put their hard work, blood, sweat, and tears in trying to get it, and at the end, like they've always done, pull the rug. It would be too devastating to lose like that again. That would be the last straw. Okay? And so to understand why we are in this predicament, motherfuckers say, and you got motherfuckers out here say we shouldn't, we should just stand up and we shouldn't ask for reparation with your bitch ass. You didn't have to get out there, nigga. Whatever bitch ass niggas say we should not ask for reparations or this, that. Bitch ass nigga, you did not get out there and work 1 minute out there in the sweat. You didn't take the lashes on your back. You didn't have the brutality, placed upon you in the way that our ancestors. So if they worked it, the money, the goddamn labor has already been put in. So fuck what you talking about, bitch nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Don't come put your silly ass up here talking against the people. I'm not talking, I'm just being, play your card. But when you see that the motherfucker not gonna be right, which he ain't been right, and we know that, then don't take all motherfucking day coming to that conclusion. If you're not gonna willingly give you what's yours, just like any motherfucker in the street. If a motherfucker owe you $10, $20, you know what I'm saying? You know how you bitch ass you call nigga, bitch nigga, if I see you, I'm gonna knock your teeth out. Nigga, I'm a pistol whip. Over $15, $20. Okay, but this motherfucker owe you trill. And then when you're talking about the blood, when you talk about the savagery, money can't pay for that. So that's one thing I must be clear. That's for the labor. Okay, when we talk about the reparations, that economic reparations, even though we need spiritual and mental that's for the labor. But for the deaths and the brutality, motherfucker, we got to take that out your ass. That just got to be clear. I must say that. That can't, I don't want you to think that I'm that cheap, nigga, that I would be that disloyal to my ancestors, that you could do that to my ancestors, and I'm getting money for some wickedness, that untold wickedness like that. I would not betray my ancestors. The labor, that's for that. But for the brutality and the bloodshed and the savagery that you done to my people, see, that got to be taken out your ass. Okay? Just be clear about that. Okay? We can't be disrespectful to our ancestors like that. So to show you where we at, and I'm about to bring this to an end, to wake niggas up out of their sleepy state that they in, one that's where their ass might not wake. You gonna sleep and your fucking eyes gonna close for eternity, and you ain't coming up out of that. If you work for 2 to 4 weeks and don't get paid, the average person would be in peril of being evicted from their homes. Now imagine what 400 years of not getting paid will do. If you work, just listen, if you work for 4 weeks, you're supposed to get paid every 2 weeks. And nigga, how niggas live. Niggas live from check to check to motherfucking check. If you don't get paid for 4 weeks, nigga, you is in peril, nigga. You is in peril. Some ain't got paid, nigga. And you know that. Which means, nigga, you on your way down. Now, if you say 6 weeks to 8 weeks, imagine you already under the water. You under the water, nigga. You done sunk by that time. So imagine as a race working for 400 years, all the energy, all the creativity, because not only the labor, the inventions, they got that. God damn. And on top of that, the brutality. You understand what I'm saying? 400 years, we are totally bankrupt, spiritually, physically, and intellectually. Yeah, some of us out here that's trying to get the information, But goddamn it, if the race don't hurry up and get it together, what does that mean in the long run? Niggas can sit up here now. I had to test the water. How's the people doing? Is the information propelling them forward? Is niggas out here? Because all these fake plans is a carrot leading your ass to the edge. That's all that it is. It's leading your ass to the edge. And so, family, I want to thank you for being in here today. I was about to go on the General's page, and I was going to do a video on the revolutionary African queens of the 18th dynasty. I'll do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to, if you get a chance, watch this again and understand the peril that we in. You understand what I'm saying? We got to seriously in 2020 decide what the fuck it is we gonna do. Go back, look at what I've been telling you, and I done already told you it's about the gas. It's about global African supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? It's about global African supremacy wherever we at on this planet, and we are the majority. And even from household, even if you ain't in the majority, your household, you understand what your mind should be ruled by global African supremacy. You should plug in to that global system where we are not sharing, we're not in where we treating everybody, bitch, fuck you. It's about retaining our rightful places in the universe. Fuck everybody. Marcus Garvey say Africa first. General Suten Seti say Africa only. We don't have no place for nobody else. We got to do everything for us. You understand? Selfishly. As Dr. Clark say, the selfishness of survival. We got to be selfish about it. And how do you bring about global African supremacy? Through TAC, TAC, total African control. Total African control of what? Land, government, industry, technology, spirituality, education, total African control. TAC, gas, global African supremacy. Only thing gonna save you today. You better think about it. When you go to sleep, dream well, family. Dream well. Dream of the African continent and the African people on top, everywhere on the planet. Dream big, nigga, and go out there and achieve that. All right, family, I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow, this Sunday. The link is in there. The General Young Pharaoh, artificial intelligence agenda exposed. Be in the motherfucking house. This is about that. Because if you don't know what your enemy is planning for your motherfucking ass, and he got a plan for you, and goddamn it, you know I'm gonna do all that I can to expose, and what I can't expose, I can give you a motherfucking platform to where goddamn it, you running that shit through the strainer any goddamn way. Because if you're about global African control and you're about total global African supremacy controls, and you about goddamn, it's a certain filters that you gonna have for yourself where you gonna strain all that shit through anyway. It's just a certain way in which you approach the world. But we got to look at what they got planned for us so we could plan something for their ass. So hit that link and have your ass in the place this Sunday. General Seti and Young Pharaoh. Black Pop.